Okay, in this toolkit video we're going to look at ordering numbers. So with this we've got two skills. We're going to look at ordering positive and negative numbers, and we're going to look at ordering decimals. So we'll start off with positive and negative numbers. And the easiest way to do this is to think of a number line, and students should all be able to draw a number line. So you start off with 0, and we're going positive, we're going negative, and you can take it as far as you like. So obviously we need a list of numbers to put in order before we put them on a number line then. So let's say that we got asked to order these numbers. And let's say we got asked to do it in ascending order, because you'll get asked to put it in ascending, smallest to biggest, or descending, biggest to smallest. So here we can now see we've got to go down to -8 and we've got to go up to 10. So we do that on a number line. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I was lucky. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We've got our minuses. Now, obviously for this example, I'm being really thorough and labelling my entire number line, but in reality, this number line is just a quick bit of working out to help us do this. We could do it without a lot of the numbers when we teach this. I'd take away some of these numbers as I scaffolded, doing some more answers. So now let's just put these onto our number line. Well, number -3 is here. +2 is here. +5 is here. -8 is all the way down here. 0 is there. 10 is there, and -4 is there. So putting these in order, ascending order, smallest to biggest, we've got -8 first, then -4, -3, 0, 2, 5, and 10. I think that's a fail-safe method. The reason I show this is if students don't do this method and aren't fully confident with negative numbers, students get the order of these negatives the wrong way around. What they think is, obviously the minuses are the smaller numbers, but they think because -3 is a smaller digit than 8 when it's positive, they think -3 would be a smaller number than -8. Obviously, when we look on a number line, the bigger the minus number digit gets, the smaller the actual number is. That's in the opposite to the bigger the positive number gets, the bigger the number actually is. So ordering negative and positive numbers, I'd always use a number line. Ordering decimals, slightly different. So with ordering decimals, we're back to our column headings like we used for multiplying by tens, hundreds, and thousands. So let's get hundreds, tens, ones, tenth, hundredth, thousandth. And I'm not putting numbers in that I don't need in that. So what they'll tend to get is they'll get a list of decimals. So let's have, for example, 0.3, 0.03, 0.3, 0.3. Purposefully all the same with threes into, it's going to confuse if they don't understand, so it's to test their understanding. So they're all slightly different. But they're all similar enough to create a bit of an issue for people's thinking. So they're a bit of a blur of zeros and threes. We're going to put them up under our place value heading. So obviously the decimal points need to stay in the same place. So I've got 0.3, I have 0.03, 0.303, 0.003, and lastly 0.333. And I'll just check those numbers off so I made sure none I've used them, and also won't confuse us with what we're doing here. So let's assume we're putting these in ascending order as well. What we're going to do is we're going to look at these left-hand columns, because the left-hand columns are bigger than the right-hand columns, because hundreds are 10 times bigger than 10, 10 is 10 times bigger than 1, and so on. Now in the ones column, they're all exactly the same, they're all 0. So if we stop like this, they're identical. So that doesn't help us. Then we have to move one column to the right. So now we're looking in just our tenths. And what we can see here is 3 tenths, no tenths, 3 tenths, no tenths, 3 tenths. So the second and the fourth number at the moment are the smallest two numbers, but at the moment they're still the same. So we need to move one more column to the right and look at our hundredths. At this point, this one has 3 hundredths, this one has no hundredths. So before I even go any further, this number is clearly the smallest, this fourth number. because they have 0 ones, they have 0 tenths, but that has 3 hundredths, that has no hundredths. It's irrelevant what's under my hand, but for completeness, this then had 3 thousandths. So this is our smallest number, 0.003. I've used it. Now, because of what we just did before, we know this is going to be our second smallest number because they've all got no ones, but that's now the only one left with no tenths. So 0.03, use that one. So now we've got these three numbers left. They're all the same, they've got no ones. They're all the same, they've got 3 tenths. So now I have to look in the hundredths column. That's blank, so it has no hundredths. That has no hundredths as well. That has 3 hundredths. So at the moment, we're just looking with our first and our third. And they've got no ones, 3 tenths and 0 hundredths. So we look in this column. That has 3 thousandths, that has no thousandths, so that one is the next smallest. That one is bigger, and we know this one is going to be biggest. So we've got 0.3. We've got 0.303. And given that we've not talked about this one too much, this one has no ones like all others, but it has 3 tenths like these two. Then it has 3 hundredths, so it's immediately bigger than the others, and 3 thousandths as well, but the thousandths is irrelevant really because it has 3 tenths and 3 hundredths. So recap, when ordering decimals, put them in the column value headings and you should just be able to work your way from left to right and pick off the smallest up to the largest and put them in order.